Hi, I am Masherie Dolor Cortez. My previous name was only Dolor Cortez. I changed it to Masherie because Masherie is a French word for my dear, my love. All my life, I have been looking for love. And I would like to share with you my story. I'm the youngest of 8 in the family, grew up from a very poor family. Sometimes we eat twice a day, sometimes once a day. And I still remember when my mom could only afford one piece of fish, which has to be divided to 10 people. And I remember rushing to the table in order to get a part of that fish. I remember as a child, I already dreamt of getting out of poverty, having an education, and live abroad. And I was not disappointed. Life has given me this, but not in a silver platter, easy way. Yes, through Assumpta in high school, which is a foundation of Marie Eugenie, Sister Marie Eugenie, Blessed Marie Eugenie of the Assumption School in Makati, where they founded a school for the poor for San Simon community. And through that, I managed to get through a scholarship in St. Scholastica's College. I earned a degree, and I went through a series of jobs, from a sales agent in a mall, because that's the only job they would accept me, and to meeting Mr. Veldon himself, who hired me as a reception. And then, to my surprise, Microsoft was there, and I managed to move into Microsoft. From Microsoft, I moved to SAP and then to Logica, where I was really given the chance and opportunity in my career to live abroad. I live in Belgium, I live in Paris, I live in the UK, I live in the Netherlands, and currently I'm residing in the Netherlands. My life has been very blessed, but it was never an easy journey. And I'm choosing it for it to be this way, because it gave an opening to my real self when I suffered burnout and depression in the Netherlands. And I got to know myself. Why is it that I behave the way I behave? Why I hoard so many expensive stuff, expensive shoes, expensive bags, expensive dress, and I just collect them and then stuff them in my cabinet. And little did I know that a lot of this burnout and depression symptoms were related to my childhood experience. And my childhood experience was not an easy experience for me. Looking back, I was physically and verbally abused by my father, my parents, my siblings. I was told I was very ugly at a young child, at a young age. I was told I will never be successful. I was told I was never wanted to be in this life. I was told that I caused my family more suffering, and that's why they ended up more poor when I was born. All of this were instilled in my subconscious mind, which I didn't know the reasons why I did what I did, and why I behaved. And at age 22, I still remember I was beaten to death by my father, where I thought that was my end of life. But it pushed me to persevere and be successful, to the point that I was so perfectionist, I was so rigid with everything that I did. Everything has to be structured and perfect. And I didn't know that my body was already telling me that it was too stressed, because I was working from 8 to 2 a.m. almost every day. And I was just living life to work. I was never living my life. And I had myoma. I had 4 surgeries of it. It got infected, the last one. I thought it was the end of my life. And it was my first awakening. And I wrote a book about my life back then. But it was more the cerebral or brain awakening. But now my transformation is very different. The awakening is very different with this depression. The depression and burnout symptoms, I'm sure some of you can relate to my experience. I started losing a lot of weight, falling hair. I started to not being able to sleep every night. I would just sleep at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. for 1 hour, 2 hours every day. I didn't have any motivation to do anything, no energy, nothing, no vision, nothing. It's almost like surrendered my entire life. Sometimes you will find me at home in the same pajama for the next 4 to 5 days. I didn't even have a motivation to even cook because just the thought of it's already, I'm getting tired. And it even impacted my physical well-being because not just my mind, but my entire physical body has changed, has shifted. One time I was holding a glass of water and I dropped it because I didn't have the muscle control anymore to contract and grip my glass, and I dropped it. And I thought, wow, that is already the effect of my burnout depression that has now, everything has transcribed into my body. I got some rashes everywhere in my body, which are signs of stress, like eczema. I have falling hair. I had lots of acne everywhere. I had so many physical signs of stress in my life. And the good news is I have endured it. It was never an easy process for me for the past 2 years. And I learned a lot about myself. I healed through many coaching and therapy sessions that I went through in the Netherlands. I studied about neuroscience. I studied about the psychology. I studied about the spiritual being and the psychology of eating. And that's why now I was able to get back on my feet and choose to live this life from focus on to corporate success, IT, and now shifting it to my life personal journey coaching. And I would like to be part of your journey as well. So thank you for listening and watching this story. Thank you.